The African diaspora has had a profound and lasting impact on the cultural landscape of the Americas. Despite the brutal history of slavery, African cultural practices, beliefs, and traditions have not only survived but also thrived and transformed, significantly shaping the arts, music, literature, and overall culture of the Western Hemisphere. This video explores the retention and transformation of African culture in the Americas, the invaluable contributions of Black people to various artistic fields, and the ongoing impact of slavery on contemporary society. The forced migration of millions of Africans to the Americas during the transatlantic slave trade brought with it a wealth of cultural practices and traditions. These cultural elements, though initially suppressed by the harsh realities of slavery, managed to persist and evolve over time. The retention and transformation of African culture can be observed in various domains, including religion, language, cuisine, and art. African religious practices and spiritual beliefs were integral to the daily lives of enslaved Africans. Despite the attempts of slave owners to eradicate these practices and impose Christianity, many African spiritual traditions survived, often blending with Christian beliefs to create syncretic religions. Examples include Vodou in Haiti, Santeria in Cuba, Candomblé in Brazil, and Hoodoo in the United States. These religions reflect the resilience and adaptability of African spiritual practices, which continue to be an essential part of cultural identity and community life in the Americas. African languages also left an indelible mark on the languages spoken in the Americas. Pidgin and Creole languages developed in various regions as a means of communication among enslaved Africans from different linguistic backgrounds and between slaves and their European captors. These languages, such as Haitian Creole and Gullah, incorporate elements of African languages, European languages, and indigenous languages, representing a unique linguistic blend that underscores the cultural fusion resulting from the African diaspora. African culinary traditions have had a significant impact on the cuisine of the Americas. Ingredients such as okra, yams, black-eyed peas, and rice were introduced by African slaves and became staples in the diets of various regions. Cooking techniques and recipes such as gumbo, jambalaya, and fried chicken also have roots in African cuisine. The fusion of African, European, and indigenous culinary practices has created rich and diverse food traditions that continue to be celebrated today. Black people have made immense contributions to the arts, music, literature, and culture of the Americas, often drawing on their African heritage while also creating new and innovative forms of expression. These contributions have not only enriched the cultural fabric of the Americas, but have also influenced global culture. African art forms, including sculpture, beadwork, and textile art, influenced the visual arts in the Americas. Enslaved Africans and their descendants created artworks that incorporated African aesthetics and symbolism, which can be seen in the vibrant quilt-making traditions of African American communities and the intricate beadwork of the Gullah people. In the 20th century, artists such as Romare Bearden, Jacob Lawrence, and Jean-Michel Basquiat drew on African themes and styles, creating powerful works that address the Black experience and African heritage. The influence of African music on the Americas is profound and far-reaching. African rhythms, melodies, and instruments have shaped a wide range of musical genres, including blues, jazz, gospel, reggae, samba, and hip-hop. These genres have their roots in the musical traditions of enslaved Africans, who use music as a form of resistance, expression, and community building. Figures like Louis Armstrong, Bob Marley, and Tupac Shakur have not only revolutionized their respective genres, but have also brought the influence of African music to the global stage. African American literature has a rich history of drawing on African oral traditions, folktales, and storytelling techniques. From the slave narratives of Frederick Douglass and Harriet Jacobs to the Harlem Renaissance works of Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston, Black writers have explored themes of identity, resistance, and resilience. Contemporary authors such as Toni Morrison, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and Ta-Nehisi Coates continue to draw on African cultural elements in their works, addressing the complexities of the Black experience and the ongoing legacy of slavery. Beyond the arts, African cultural practices have influenced a wide range of traditions in the Americas, from dance and fashion to social customs and rituals. African dance styles, characterized by their rhythmic complexity and expressive movements, have been preserved and transformed in the Americas, evident in dances like capoeira, salsa, and hip-hop. Traditional African clothing styles and textiles have also found expression in African American fashion, from the colorful patterns of kente cloth to the influence of African aesthetics in contemporary design. The legacy of slavery continues to affect contemporary society in numerous ways, shaping social, economic, and political realities for Black people in the Americas. The institution of slavery established a foundation of systemic racism that persists to this day. Discriminatory practices and policies in housing, education, employment, and the criminal justice system continue to disproportionately affect Black communities. The enduring effects of these systems of oppression can be seen in the racial wealth gap, disparities in health outcomes, and the overrepresentation of Black individuals in the criminal justice system. Despite the enduring impact of slavery, Black communities have demonstrated remarkable resilience and have maintained a strong sense of cultural identity. The retention and transformation of African cultural practices have played a crucial role in fostering a sense of community, pride, and resistance. Movements such as the Civil Rights Movement, Black Power, and Black Lives Matter have drawn on this cultural heritage to advocate for justice, equality, and the recognition of Black humanity. There has been increasing recognition of the contributions of Black people to society and a growing effort to address the historical and ongoing injustices they face. Initiatives to preserve and celebrate African American history, such as the establishment of museums, cultural centers, and educational programs, are crucial in acknowledging the legacy of slavery and promoting a more inclusive understanding of history and culture. The conversation around reparations for slavery has gained momentum in recent years, with calls for economic, social, and political measures to address the historical injustices and ongoing impact of slavery. Efforts towards reconciliation and reparations aim to provide tangible support to Black communities, acknowledge the enduring legacy of slavery, and promote healing and justice.